And welcome back, everyone, to episode 51 of the Marvelite podcast. As always, I am your host, Luke, and I am joined with my mate, Trilly Willy.
Who the fuck do you think I is? And while you ponder that question, we want to give you guys a little bit of gift. So today's episode of Marvelite is sponsored by LootCrate.com. You can save 10% when you use the promo code BRIDGE10 with the link in the description below.
Oh, yeah. And as always, we got Nickel.
Yo, what's up, guys? Episode 51. That's pretty cool.
That's some shit.
I couldn't have thought when we first started this, which, by the way, some of those first episodes we did were god-awful.
They're great. However, you should go listen to those.
They should listen to them.
Yeah. However, I didn't see this thing going for as long as it is, and to be doing this for 51 episodes is pretty great.
Yeah, that's a year.
Actually, yeah, this has been over a year for us. So, and to be doing this on this channel has just been quite a grand experience, and I'm very excited to continue doing this podcast and others here in the near future.
What others?
Others that we are working on, Nick.
Oh,
like After Dark.
Dude, that's a pipe dream. That's like not happening.
No, it's gonna happen in New York.
We have a whole list of dreams they know nothing about.
Well, anyways, guys, so there's like so much to talk about. So, to you, the viewers listening, what we decided to do is we're not going to do any viewer questions on this episode. Instead, we're going to do a separate video altogether, and that will just be kind of a mailbag video for you guys. So, I think we're just going to dig right into the topics because there's a lot to talk about. There's so much news going out this week. What?
we gotta ease into it. How have you guys been so far?
Ease into it nice and slow.
I'm good.
We have to have lively conversation before we get into the topics.
Dude, everyone is here for the witty banter.
Oh, is that what it is? I didn't realize that's what it was.
Can you guys realize that me and Lukel and Michael, who's not here, we miss you, but we'll all be in New York next week. We will be actually. This comes out.
And I won't be because my October is a goddamn mess.
Yeah, so, I mean, like, not every member of Hybrid Network is going to be there, but like most of us will be.
You're going to get a little Furious 5 action, a little Fabulous 5.
Yeah, it's going to be really exciting. I mean, we have, like, a full schedule, all 4 days of the con.
We're so busy there. We can't just, like, hang out. We got to work and shit.
Yeah, but we will, like I said in previous episodes, we are going to take our time out of the way. And if you guys want to hang out and you're there, we'll hang out. So, I'm looking forward to it. I cannot wait. This is like exactly 1 week away from this recording.
Yeah, they'll do that. I'll just be doing my own thing. They can hang out with you guys. Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, did any of you watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., or as Will would put it, Bayesians of S.H.I.E.L.D., episode 2, season 4?
Yeah, bro.
We saw it.
Those are my fave girls.
So we didn't we got to see Ghost Rider again, which, by the way, this is probably going to be spoilers here because there are a few things that I want to talk about.
Spoilers.
But so we got to see Ghost Rider again, which is cool, like the first episode. We didn't really see him as much though. We saw more of like the Robbie Reyes side. We got a little more of his backstory. I didn't really like how Sky, or I guess Quake, kind of was like very vaguely threatening towards him. It was like she keeps doing this thing throughout like all 4 seasons. Yeah, she does this thing through like all 4 seasons where she's like, I'm this bad girl kind of thing. I don't know if I buy it. I don't know. Do you buy it, Will?
I mean, bad girls are hot and all, but I don't think it really works for her character. Well, it didn't work last night, especially because she really got her ass handed to her, and she's just like, yeah, my car has just burst into flames last night. I don't know what to do. Robbie, can you help me? And I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, also
So
too,
fucked.
I thought it was weird how she was conveniently tied up long enough to talk to him, and as soon as he's like, all right, I'm gonna go out and investigate by myself, she's like, no, you can't do that, and then just like breaks the straps, and I'm like, wait, what?
As soon as she woke up, I'm like, so like, how long is it gonna take you to free yourself?
Not long, like literally after he leaves the room, she breaks the chains. And
she could have done that while he was. It wasn't even chains. It was rope.
Yeah, it was rope.
Goddamn rope.
Oh my god. As much as I love to watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., sometimes I question its merits. Like, for example, how do we go from Quake in Season 2 being able to move a freaking mountain with her powers, and then in Episode 1 of this season, she can barely hold up, the that thing that Ghost Rider threw down on her.
And isn't something messed up with her hands? Like, the bones in them are fucked up?
Yeah, they said that she doesn't have her gauntlets either.
Yeah.
Well, what happened to her gauntlets?
That's a good question.
Also, another thing, too, she didn't have those gauntlets when she moved that mountain. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Oh.
The potholes.
Well,
yeah.
That is what we call power scaling. And the thing
power
is...
scaling, yeah.
It shifts from writer to writer, and it is one of the horrible, horrible cruxes of any comic book medium. It's the reason that Batman can beat Superman in a fight, is shitty power scaling and writing.
Dude, that's plausible, though.
It definitely bugs me, but I want to know what you guys think in the comments below. Because
I gave the episode like a 7 or something.
There are some diehard defenders who will defend power scaling to the death, and I don't understand it.
No.
But, I mean, it is what it is. But another cool thing that we got, which I was also a little bit let down by, was we got a reveal of the new director of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Man.
And I like this actor, but
it's
spoiler
Jason
alert.
O'Mara from all the DC Batman movies.
Yeah,
like all the current ones.
Spoiler alert, guys. If you don't want to know, there has been speculation for months on who the new director was going to be, and I think a long-time theory that me and Josh had, and a few other people's on the channel, is that the new director was going to be none other than Jim Hammond himself, the original Human Torch, who was an android in the 50s. No, he's an Inhuman.
You were way off.
I think everyone was way off and didn't see that coming. So I'm like, wait for it, and then he just says, I'm an Inhuman. I'm like, damn it!
Go ahead, my bad.
I was just going to say, that just kind of let me down a little bit.
Took the wind out of your sails.
So, okay, so we did get to find out why he's the new director. It's because the Agent Coulson stepped down. He didn't want to be the director anymore, and he wanted a super-powered or enhanced person to be the new director and go public again and legitimize S.H.I.E.L.D.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting, but again, I'm just kind of let down that it wasn't Jim Hammond.
But it's Patriot, though.
It's not Patriot.
It is Patriot.
Okay, explain to me how it's Patriot.
He said he's Jeffrey Mace.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, his name's Jeffrey.
Are you... I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, but...
Yeah, it's been confirmed, though, because they said when they cast him that he was a beloved Marvel character from the Golden Age of, like, 40s.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. I think that's why everyone was thinking Jim Hammond, for so long. Because he's kind of a beloved character, and he was one of the first characters that Marvel had created. What were you saying, Will?
When I was watching the acting for it, I really didn't want to like him. I don't know why. I wanted him to be an asshole, I guess, because
he was so nice, though.
He was so nice, and I'm like, God damn it, you're so charming, and I can't stand it. Like, Jason O'Mara did a really good job, and it's good to see a government official in the Marvel Universe who isn't a raging bag of dicks.
Yeah.
What would like the real U.S. government? Whoops.
What would you guys rate this episode? I'm going to give this episode like a 7 out of 10. 7.5?
Yeah, I already said 7. Yeah.
7? So, yeah, I think on average we give this episode a 7. Yeah, guys, let us know what you guys thought about Season 4, Episode 2 in the comments below. But we got some other great news. Misty Knight, as we know, is going to be in the TV show Luke Cage, which is airing Friday night. I am so excited. Well, I guess you would say Friday morning.
Morning.
Yeah, if you guys are on Eastern Time like I am, it doesn't drop until 3 a.m. Nick, you're lucky because it comes out at midnight for you.
But no one's going to hear this podcast, so they're going to be watching Luke Cage Friday.
They can do both. They can multitask. Yeah,
that's very true. But Misty Knight's in that show, and apparently, as of recently, she was confirmed to be in the Defenders too. Well, That's good. At least we know she doesn't die in Luke Cage. Also,
thank
too,
God, a black person doesn't die in a show.
Yeah, and like I don't know to what extent like her role is going to be in Luke Cage. Like, Will, do you think she's going to have like? Do you think she's going to be a heavy hitter? I guess.
I think she'll be not a heavy hitter, but like I think she'll be for Luke Cage like Luke Cage was for Jessica Jones, where she shows up enough to make an impact, but she's not like she's like a secondary character.
Yeah.
And I'm just really excited because I was a fan of the Fearless Defenders run, and I just want a Daughters of the Dragon show because we're getting damn it, what's her name, the other girl, Wing on Iron Fist.
Wait, who?
Colleen Wing is going to be on Iron Fist.
Yeah. So I wonder if Colleen will actually be in the Defenders as well.
Because then we have the Daughters of the Dragon and the Defenders.
Do you think that Misty Knight will be a Defender?
I don't...
No, Punisher.
That's a Marvel Knight.
Yeah, that's definitely Marvel. Well, which is... it depends on what kind of tone the Defenders is going to have. I assume that it's going to have a pretty serious tone.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be like an urban hero tone.
I'm also assuming, too, like, this is, like, early speculation, but I think that Elektra will be the villain, or at least a villain. Because, you know, like, Daredevil and... Black Star. Netflix definitely, and they're just going to tie all that stuff together, so I really do think that that's going to be, like a thing in the show, and I really hope so, because I feel like Elektra kind of got screwed over a little bit in Season 2 of Daredevil. I love Season 2, but I feel like that character kind of got screwed out of some stuff, so...
Yeah.
And I think, they didn't really go as deep as they should have with her, but it's so cool that Misty Knight is going to be in the Defenders as well, and I would honestly like to see her on that team, not just kind of like, hey guys, I'm here to help out every now and again. You know what I mean? Like, adding a second female to the team, I think, would be very beneficial.
Yeah, definitely.
It would be very PC. Kind of like Will. Will is PC.
Well, the Defenders, they're going to go up against the Hand, right, in the show? Or that's it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, we don't know. Like, Nobu was killed, and he was assumed to be, like... he was either, like, first in command of the Hand, or he was second in command.
He was one of their higher-ups, at least.
Yeah, for sure. And he's assumed to be dead. I personally don't, think he's dead, but...
It's not the first time he's come back from the dead.
He's came back, 3 times?
I think so.
Yeah, something like that.
Granted, I'd be kind of pissed like they would be. It'd be like, how the hell did you come back? I am hard to kill.
Well, when he told Matt, after they got done fighting, that there is no such thing as death, I think that was meant for, it wasn't just like a one-off thing. Like, he really meant that. Like, he's not going to die. Like, you can cut out my heart, you can cut off my head, but I will return.
Maybe it'll tie into Infinity War when we see death.
I don't know. I don't think so. I really don't think that.
Wouldn't it be wild if that's how they brought him back?
That would be. I would be really impressed by that. And of course, like, I think most fanboys and fangirls want to see that, but I don't see it being a thing. Like, if anything, I think that the Marvel Netflix characters will be involved in some small way, like very, very small. But I don't think they're going to be like on the team of the Avengers. I just don't see it happening.
Mm-hmm.
But guys, we have got some really crazy news. Marvel just keeps like. They're just like the gift that keeps on giving.
All this
honestly.
Beautiful black news. Same week as Luke Cage. Ugh. That's what I needed. That catharsis, son.
Yeah, and Ryan Coogler honestly just keeps giving too. And so far, like the cast for Black Panther has just been growing and growing. But we have yet another villain for the movie Black Panther. And that, my friends, is none other than M'Baka himself, the Man-Ape.
Bruh.
I was... Oh my god. I am so excited. I mean, it's so cool that they're doing Eric Killmonger. And I'm like, I wanted from the very beginning to see Man-Ape. For those of you who don't know, Manape has been like a long time enemy to. I would actually consider him an enemy to
the greatest one. Arguably.
Yeah, he's the greatest one, and like I think it's just so natural to put him in the film. That's why I was a little thrown off when they say, "Oh, it's going to be Eric Killmonger," but we have M'Baka in the film now. Like that adds a whole other element that I didn't think that they were going to do. But for those of you who don't know, again, he is like the longest running villain of the Black Panther,
and he is Claw.
He's a very jealous character. He's jealous of the Black Panther. Of T'Challa. He is the ruler of the Jabari tribe. And you can almost consider that like a separate clan or almost like
they are a
nation.
Clan.
Yeah, they're like a separate clan, but they're like a nation within the nation of Wakanda. It's like nationception kind of a thing.
Yeah, because Wakanda has a couple different gods. But the people from T'Challa's tribe, I think, are the ones that reign supreme. Like there is an ape god, but you know, Boss, the panther god, and all was the one that kind of won out. But it doesn't mean there aren't like because there's an alligator one too, I think, or a crocodile.
Yeah, I mean, and if you go back in the comics, I mean, that ties into Egyptian lore, and kind of like the Egyptian pantheon of deities. So there's a lot of stuff there, and then you start getting in like that actually ties into Aurora Monroe a little bit. But yeah, that's going way, way back in comics.
Dude, is this movie going to be good, though? Because now there's 3 villains, no? Like, Claw's confirmed.
No, there's 4.
Oh, 4?
Wait, so Claw's confirmed for the film, right?
Yeah.
We kind of... Okay. We saw in the rumor list, it said Claw's in it, but then you have Claw, Killmonger, M'Baku, and you also have the one chick whose name I'm blanking out on that Lupita Nyong'o was playing.
She's playing a villain?
Yeah.
Oh, cool! I didn't even know that.
Because the girl playing Michonne from The Walking Dead is one of the Dora Milaje.
Wow. Okay, so
dude, there's
now
too many villains now. Why?
That is
I don't know, dude.
Villain political drama. That like an all black 4 villain political drama sounds like a nightmare to write. But I trust Ryan Coogler. I don't think that. Sorry, I don't think they're going to be like. The way we typically think of villains is like, oh, we have a hero versus a villain, or a hero against 2 villains or 3. Like, they're a threat along equal planes. I think Black Panther, if it's going the political route, it has to stagger them. If you're going to kind of introduce different villains, like, let's say Claw and Killmonger are working together, and, like, maybe along the way he encounters M'Baku, but he's not a villain at the time. But he is a threat. And all the while, like, all of this is being orchestrated by someone. Like, there's a way to do it. It's not
perhaps that M'Baku doesn't start out as a villain, but he sees T'Challa take over the throne of his father, and perhaps not only is he jealous, but maybe he doesn't agree with the way that T'Challa wants to take Wakanda, because I'm assuming that T'Challa is going to want to take after his father's footsteps and bring Wakanda out of the shadows and into the world stage and be more political. Yeah. You know what I mean? In that sense, and maybe he's a bit of a zealot, M'Baku is, and he wants things to stay the way that Wakanda has been for thousands of years, very, very shut off to the rest of the world. And
dude, I hope this film is like standalone though, and like not like a teaser for anything.
I have a feeling that it will be very standalone.
I think 85 to 90% of it will be.
Dude, they don't need any Bucky in there, no Secret Avengers, all that or whatever.
I agree. I don't want to see any Bucky. When I was thinking about the movie the other day, I'm like, damn, like the only white people that will probably be important to this film are going to be Everett Ross and Ulysses Claw.
And that's okay. I'm completely fine with that. Fine with if those are the only 2 white people in the film, I am completely okay with that.
Because if your movie's set in Africa, yeah, it makes sense. That's like setting a superhero film in Brazil.
Some South Africans in there.
Well, I mean,
we do.
I think, yeah, that's true. But I think geographically, Wakanda is actually a couple countries away from South Africa. I don't know
where is it located? Central?
I think it's like lower Central Africa, like southwest. I don't remember they showed a map of it, but I don't remember.
Is there gonna be a teaser for Namor in Black Panther 2? Because since he's at the MCU now,
I'd be.
That's a good question. It's a very good question.
Yeah, you just see some asshole with a widow's peak.
Well, what's insane is that all throughout Phase 1, we've gotten multiple references and almost direct name drops to Namor, or at least his world. You know, from, like, maps to his company Oracle is all over. Like, his company Oracle was in the Avengers, the first one. Many people don't even know that because you blink and you miss it. But it's there.
I'd love Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying I would love to see Atlantis, and I would love to see the King of Atlantis featured in a film.
They'd be better than Aquaman. If not
a standalone film, then definitely for sure, possibly a villain-esque character in Black Panther 2.
Or an Illuminati film, because apparently Doctor Strange sets up the Illuminati in some way.
Oh, does it really?
Yeah, there was like an interview about the set visit.
Honestly, if they do wind up getting a Black Panther 2, which hopefully it'll be successful and strong enough to, I would love to see like a Saving Private Ryan-esque war film between Wakanda and Atlantis.
That would be really dope.
If you can create an emotional war drama between two nations, but find a way to be sympathetic towards both, like, but I think there was an interview where Chadwick Boseman said that Black Panther is almost an anti-hero, not because the way he works isn't necessarily for the greater good of everybody, but the greater good for him and his people, which makes sense. That's definitely.
Why is he an anti-hero? He's not the Punisher. What?
Because
I don't think that's what he really meant by.
Black Panther will kill a motherfucker if he has to. Like, he doesn't.
Dude,
care.
why do we idolize heroes that kill, like Black Panther? Who would want to idolize a hero like that?
Let's just say that it's a complex issue with no easy answers.
Yeah. Also, the dude playing M'Baku, Winston Duke, is a handsome man. The whole cast is fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, that's very true. These are very young and bright, talented
No, there's no Beyonce yet.
And actresses.
She'll be in Spider-Man 2.
Oh.
Medusa?
No, yeah, she'll be in Inhumans. Beyonce, never forget.
Never forget.
Hashtag bring Beyonce to the MCU.
No, but I guess, Nick, what I wanted to ask you is, what is this deal going on with X-Men Apocalypse?
Oh my god.
Oh god.
I don't... Dude, how is Fox not getting sued for this?
Nick, I have no idea, but
Nick,
I guess we're going to talk about it.
Alright, so apparently this stuff came out after the fact, obviously, with X-Men Apocalypse, since like came out like a few months ago, but now all these like books are surfacing from the props and like sets and stuff of like Xavier's school, and there's like history books and stuff, and it says like in pure text, like it just says Spider-Man like in name in the book, like Spider-Man and Peter Parker exists, and Shield and Sword and all these. I'm like, what? Not
only that, but it mentions M-Day.
Yeah,
like M-Day happened. So like X-Men Apocalypse takes place in the 80s. So that means M-Day happened before X-Men Apocalypse,
and they just kind of glanced over it and didn't mention it at all.
And if you're going to do M-Day, you can't do that without Scarlet Witch, which, as you guys know, she's co-owned by Marvel Studios.
Yeah, she's in Apocalypse,
but no, she's not. No, dude, only Quicksilver.
That was Pulse. What was the name of the third sibling? It's Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch, and who's the other one?
Polaris.
Clearly, that was Polaris.
No,
Polaris. But I know. I think that Polaris was the small little. I think it was his Quicksilver's little sister.
No, in Days of Future Past, though, his mom says your other sister, like the older one.
Yeah, like something like that.
Other twin.
That scene actually got cut out. Like that wasn't in the film, but it was going to be. So it was almost canon, but not quite.
Scarlet Witch is confirmed canon.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. Especially if they mention M-Day, but again, they mentioned Sword, Shield, and Spider-Man. Now, again, like there's so many freaking questions and reasons as to why this could be a thing. I have no idea. But it's funny too because they mentioned Spider-Man as almost like an offshoot mutant in the book. They say, however, this person was not born with this mutation. He was bitten by a radioactive spider, and the radioactive venom of that spider sort of altered or activated his X gene. Well, they didn't say X gene, but they were pretty much implying that he's like a secondary mutation.
Dang, dude.
It's so bizarre. Like, where did that come from? And the mention of shield and sword. Now, what this could be, is that since Marvel and Fox have come to some kind of a deal, and that deal is sealed up, it's secret, we don't know what all it pertains, we don't know, like, what characters are going to who, we don't know who's getting paid, we have no idea. We know that the Sony deal with Spider-Man was very, very clear, but if he's with Sony and Marvel,
it was Ben
how
Reilly
is he with Fox? But,
all along.
Yeah. What I personally think this is because the deal that we know of so far is that Marvel Entertainment, so some of the guys like Jeff Loeb, who is an executive producer on all the Netflix Marvel stuff and on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and some of the upcoming stuff like the Hulu Runaways show, and I think they're doing New Warriors, things like that. That's all going to be handled by Jeff Loeb. Well, Jeff Loeb is also now working along with Fox to produce X-Men related TV shows. So they're not doing X-Men shows, they're doing X-Men related shows that are just going to feature mutants. And what I think that this might have been some kind of promo for Marvel Entertainment. Like, hey, can you throw some of these words in there? Like, we're not, you can't
Here,
verbally
throw
say
some
it.
words in there.
But didn't
Yeah,
Sony
throw
have a
some
deal
words
with
in there.
Fox before, though?
Oh, the Amazing Spider-Man thing was just for the movie where they did the promotion for Days of Future Past.
Remember how that was so weird? Like, after TASM 2's credits, it was the Days of Future Past trailer.
I forget specifically what it was, but it was a deal between Mark Webb involving promotion stuff. It was strictly promotion-based content. It had nothing to do with the future crossover.
Dude, what if X-Men and Sony are, like, confirmed universe?
Yeah, it confused a fuckload of people when it first happened. Because they're like, wait, hold on. Spider-Man showing up in the X-Men in, like, the 70s?
I'm just so confused by this, and I want to know what all the deal that they made contains inside of it. I mean, did Marvel get the Fantastic Four back? Or, did they get other properties back? We now know not only do they own Namor again, but they also co-own the Skrulls. I think Fox still holds a few of them, like the Skrull Queen and Super Skrull. But as far as just like generic Skrull Soldier number 1 and 2, they own those. They can use those at any given time that they want, so they could set up maybe future Secret Invasion storyline for Phase 4 or 5 or 10 or whatever. But oh man, this is just weird. I want, seriously, you guys that are listening to let us know. I want to know what everyone's thoughts are. What this could possibly be. Again, I think that it's just some kind of weird promo, or maybe it's a part of the deal. Maybe the deal is like, okay, you can mention these, but you can't mention them verbally. So maybe having them in a book of some kind in the film was the only way that they can mention characters like that. But since that's technically canon, Peter Parker, Spider-Man, Shield and Sword, and M-Day all exist in that Fox timeline.
Did they say Peter Parker specifically, or did they just say Spider-Man? I don't remember.
I think they said Peter Parker, didn't they, Nick? Or did they just...
I can't remember.
I know they said Spider-Man, which you can fuck around with and be like, oh, it's just Kane, Ben Reilly, someone who's not Pete.
Yeah.
Dude, what if Sony... Remember how Sony's building up their own Spider-Verse, though, with Venom and Sinister Six?
Yeah.
What if that universe is part of the Foxverse?
Oh, that would be just utterly atrocious. I'm sorry, atrocious.
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 That's so confusing.
Atrocious.
Yeah, that would be atrocious. I don't understand how that would even work or be a thing, because it would be awful, and I don't think anyone would care. Just like no one cares about that stupid Gambit movie that's never getting made.
Hey, man, don't piss off all two of Gambit's fans. They will be
I'm
very
sorry,
cross
the
with you in the
two
comment
diehard
section.
fans. The two diehard fans that want to see a Gambit film, I am sorry. I apologize.
Show yourselves.
Yeah, it's just insane. But
think about this. Do you really want a Channing Tatum Gambit film? Is this really what you want? Is this what
Hollywood has come down to?
Is this the actor
Tatum?
you want to play Southern Fried Deliciousness Gambit?
Yeah, because he's got ties to the Cajun culture, dude.
Yeah, dude, the fucking Creole commander.
He's got heavy ties.
Where's my Rogue solo movie? God damn it! Give Anna Paquin something to do.
No, she's awful. I'm sorry, she's an awful actress.
Give another Southern actress something to do. You've already rebooted it. Why stop there? Fuck it, make her Mexican. I don't give a shit. Speaking
of Spider-Man still, we got some Spider-Man Homecoming set photos and a little bit of video. So, Will, what do you think about this?
What do I think about this? Well, considering I see these photos regularly, daily, like, as they update, to the point where I follow people on Instagram that have videos from the sets that they're at. Like, this isn't news to me. Because I stopped bringing it up whenever, like, we talk about it with the other members of Hybrid, because I didn't think it was newsworthy. I see these photos all the time as they update regularly. Aside from Twitter, I see them on Instagram all the time. So, I think they're fine. I think they're funny to see. There's a picture of Peter Parker in some goofy Hello Kitty pajamas. And I forget what the shirt says. Peter's outfits for this movie, he looks like a fucking dork. Like, to the point where when I see pictures, I'm like, dude, I have to beat your ass. Like,
yeah,
just to keep the status quo going, man.
Yeah, he's just asking to get bullied wearing those clothes.
But funny story, Tom Holland actually, in one of the set photos, he's sitting on a guardrail. Or not a guardrail, he's sitting on a rail outside like a window. He actually almost fell off that rail because he's eating a sandwich. And he's like talking on the phone or whatever, and I don't think he had his harness on at the time. So,
oh really?
Yeah, he was fumbling with his phone and almost dropped his sandwich, and almost had a moment where he kind of stumbled on the side of the thing. So Tom,
he almost fell 4 stories.
I think it was more like 3, but enough to hurt, if not fuck him up.
Yeah, very badly.
But
Nick, dude, Nick, I guess we're getting a Stark Expo, the sequel, in the film.
It's from that Instagram page, Spider-Man the New Avenger.
Yeah, that's the dude.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that has all the Spidey updates.
There's another one that's like Tom Holland Spider-Man or something. I think both of them have been to the set.
Oh yeah. Really? Both of them?
Yeah. I mean, they're not the only ones, but I'm saying they're 2 of the people I know that I follow that have been to the set and have plenty of video from all sorts of angles.
So, like, one thing that's confirmed in the film, which is what I've wanted to see in every Spider-Man film, is him in a rush to put his suit on. We've always seen him in a rush to take it off, but we've never seen him in a rush and then kind of, like, screwing up a little bit, trying to get his suit on so quickly in, like, a back alley. And I wanted to see that. Like, he's took it off, sure, but yeah, getting it on is a whole nother situation, and I can't wait to see that.
The alley footage itself is actually kind of funny.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, also the Stark Expo, too, right?
Yeah. I don't exactly know what's going on with that. Was there, like, footage of that or something?
Yeah, I think they're filming it, like, as we speak or something. Like, there's some scene there, I don't know.
Oh, is Robert Downey Jr. there?
I think so, maybe.
I haven't seen RDJ in any of the set photos, but I have seen the black car with the Stark 13 license plate. But who knows? He could be there. Tom's actually not allowed to leave his trailer either.
Oh, really?
Him and his little manager guy. Well, Marvel has, because he actually updated his Instagram story, of all things. The thing that so many people do and don't use. He was saying, he's like, hey guys, thanks for all the love and support. Sadly, we've been instructed not to leave, but we hear you guys out there, and we wish we could come out, but we can't. So, thanks. He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
He's a really sweet dude.
Well, we've honestly been getting, like, so much Spider-Man Homecoming news, like, almost, like, every other day. It's so hard to keep up.
Oh, dude,
and watch everything.
It's almost hourly.
Yeah, like, I mean, and guys, we wouldn't be sitting here talking about it if we weren't not only hype, but just excited to see this new version of Spider-Man.
Hey, Luke.
Dude,
So,
this
you know
movie's
what
gonna
else?
flop hard.
I have hope.
Segway?
Well, sort of. You want to know what else we're hype about?
What?
LootCrate.com.
We are.
Yeah, you
We're
can use,
very hype about LootCrate.com.
Yeah, man, you can use the code. You can use the code Bridge10 to get yourself a little 10% discount on a very lovely crate service. Give you all that nerdy stuff you've been waiting for. So you know.
Yeah, seriously, guys, this is a limited time offer.
Do you guys know what the next theme is? The month?
I don't know. I know this past month was Speed, and it is a pretty sweet box. I actually got that box.
Oh, you did?
Oh.
How was it?
I did. Oh yeah, it's really good. There's some goodies in there, and people I think really missed out on this past month, and I cannot wait till next month.
Yeah, I heard
to get my loot.
Heard there was a little Flaro content in there.
Yeah, definitely.
Dude, you got the loot crate with the Infinity Glove.
Wait,
I do actually,
wait,
but you know what? That got recalled.
Oh yeah, what? Oh yeah, because it burned through the glove, through the oven mitt. I remember that.
It did. But rest assured, I think that they have that problem solved now.
Don't
to be
let
honest
an
with you,
oven mitt accident sway you. They are very good service.
Yeah, but I actually have that glove hanging up on my wall. So I'm like, why would I want to use this to bake with when I can just use this as a piece, like, to go decorate on my wall?
Thanos, Master Chef.
Well, it's funny, too, because I have him hanging up next to a poster with Thanos on it.
Is it him in the Thanos copter?
No, I have the Infinity poster, and the one that's done out like a kind of like a movie poster.
Mm-hmm.
I have that, like, a large print of it hanging on my wall. So, and I have the Infinity Gauntlet right next to it. So it's pretty dope, guys. I think it's about time to go on to our last topic of the evening.
Oh, last topic.
I know, last topic. I'm so sad. It's ending so soon. Well, guys, coming from Kevin Feige this week, we got some long-awaited confirmation on how exactly Doctor Strange's magic is going to work in the film. This has been something that people have been asking questions about, and a lot of people, as myself, have been concerned. We didn't know exactly if they were going to take it's like, advanced science, because let's be real here. Thor, instead of being the mystical character that he is in the comics, they explain him away as if it was just super science.
God damn it, Thor.
Yeah, and as much as Scarlet Witch is an actual witch who uses magical powers, she got them through, guess what? A science experiment. And I'm not saying that that's necessarily a bad thing. It's definitely a contemporary way to handle these kind of properties and translate them onto the silver screen. However, with Doctor Strange, that would be incredibly difficult to pull off, and that's why I myself have, from the beginning, completely embraced the mystical and the magical translated directly from comic to film. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how about you guys think about that, but I know that, for those of you listeners who have been listening for a long time, know exactly how I feel. And, of course, you guys know how I feel about Fox, but that's I'm not going to talk about that. But anyway, so Feige kind of sat down and he talked exactly how his magic will work. And I guess they're taking the more... he didn't say super science. He used the term metaphysics. And that's going to play a hand. And he said... as you would think, like, instead of, like, from what I wanted to see in the beginning, is alternate realities. And I've made this very clear that there are two different things when it comes to using metaphysics. You have extra dimensions, and then you have alternate realities. Those are two very, very different things.
Yeah, they are.
And Feige had pretty much confirmed that they were going to take the extra dimensional route. So instead of seeing a 616 and a 617 and a 618, or seeing an ultimate universe, like, as he put it, instead of seeing Doctor Strange in another reality using an Iron Man suit, we're going to more or less see, like, Dark Dimension and things like that, which I already expected that to be in the film anyways. We also got, I guess, confirmation of Dormammu. At least he's going to be teased in the film. I don't necessarily think that he'll be in the film, but he will be teased. If not then probably in a post-credit scene. But I'm gonna say, like, right now, I'm a little let down by that. I didn't think that the alternate reality thing was going to be like all of it. I definitely, again, wanted to see extra dimensions, which is what they're going to focus on more. I just don't know, like, for example, Feige said that they're going to use, like, extra dimensions that are going to be, they're going to be so weird and out of the normal that the human mind won't even be capable of, fathoming it. And so that's going to be kind of hard to translate onto film. I don't know exactly how they're going to pull this off, because I know that they're definitely going to, like, the original, like, the Steve Ditko stuff, like that really, really trippy, mind-bending
No, they're going the Inception route.
I don't think they're going the Inception route for the entire film.
I hope not.
Dude, they're ripping off Nolan. Why?
I don't think that's what it is. Nick, we've had this discussion before in the past. I don't want to keep bringing it up.
Dude, Brother Arminro was upset about it.
Yeah, he was. Well, I mean, like, I'm upset about it, so, like, I completely agree with Armin. But Will, what do you feel about this, man? Them taking this route.
So the thing with for starters, with the whole alternate dimension thing, if they are going that route, you could actually tie that into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and have that be if Robbie actually got his powers from Mephisto, you could use that as the explanation for Hell, and just have Hell be an alternate dimension, since it seems like this current season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is getting more into, like, spirits and kind of just things beyond regular human beliefs and comprehension, and kind of going into that weird realm of, like, magic and spirituality and shit like that. But what I'm hoping that Doctor Strange is doing is, even though he said that they're going the extra dimensional route, I hope they do include alternate realities, because honestly, since Marvel does like to please their fans with content, that would be the cool thing to do. Because,
absolutely.
Because although people want to see Doctor Strange be, like, weird as shit, and you just want to see, like, a dimension made of glass, or like where everything exists sideways, where there's, like, fucking tissue boxes that produce diamonds or whatever the fuck. That'd be a weird ass dimension to see. Just think, like, what the shit? This doesn't make any sense. I want to see that alternate reality where, like, the Ultimates are, like, Black Panther and Kamala Khan, and, they're, like, fighting death. There's some shit. I want to see that reality where, like, the Punisher is the Sorcerer Extreme. Like, you have to kind of find a way to see both, but you can make that only, like, a glimpse or a flash of something he sees, and that way you please both fans. You please both types of fans. So I'm hoping they're holding that for the actual film, and not, like, wasting it in the trailers. But I don't.
Marvel doesn't like to please their fans. The DCEU pleases their fans.
DCEU pleases 3% of their fans.
No, they please the hardcore comic fans.
The elite 1% of the fans.
DCEU.
That's who they please.
DCEU pleases their fans like a hot pocket. Marvel pleases their fans like goddamn Red Lobster. This isn't quality of one another, but it's just like someone put a lot more effort in one than they did in the other. That's all I want to say.
What do you guys want? What do you guys want? Frozen pizza or steak and lobster? I'm gonna take the steak and lobster. Just saying. But
you can see someone tried on the steak and lobster.
Yeah, but kind of just to finish my thoughts on that. Just to finish my thoughts on that, of course I want to see alternate dimensions, and even if they just do it in passing, like when he's, I've said this before, like when he's messing around with his powers for the first time, and like the Ancient One just kind of like pops a portal open and says like, oh yeah, you see that person? That's you in this alternate timeline, and that's you, like you died as a 5-year-old, and that's you're a black guy, and that's you right there, you're a poor peasant Chinese woman in the 1500s. You know what I mean?
You're black? No, that's just Brother Voodoo. That'd actually be a pretty.
Actually, he would be a really cool character to have in the film. I didn't even think about that.
To do that. It's like, wait, this is a universe where I'm black? No, that's Brother Voodoo. One of the other Sorcerer Supremes. You think you're the first? Just because you're white?
That would actually be a really cool character to introduce.
Jesus Christ, Steven, you fucking racist.
Oh my god. So there's this other little piece of news coming from Doctor Strange too.
Quote,
Apparently, my worst fear has come to light. The Eye of Agamotto will feature an Infinity Stone, and that Infinity Stone is none other than the Time Stone.
Well, we knew that.
Which makes absolutely no sense in my eyes. I feel like that's a missed opportunity. One, I didn't want an Infinity Stone in Doctor Strange, because why in the hell would there be more than one Infinity Stone on Earth? That doesn't make any sense to me. Two, which I'm sure they'll find a way to explain it, but still. Two, why is it the Time Stone? Wouldn't it have made way more sense for it to be the Reality Stone?
Or the
because
Soul Stone, even?
Yeah, or the Soul Stone. It made absolutely zero sense that the Reality Stone would be in Thor: The Dark World. Like, absolutely zero sense. I know that they had to have a way for the convergence to happen, but honestly, those convergence could have happened without the Reality Stone. Like, at all. That played, like, no bearing on it at all. They could have completely written that out, and I think that it should have been written it out. I don't want an Infinity Stone, but again, if you're going to use it, you should have just done the Reality Stone, because that would have made way more sense.
But they already blew their load with that with Thor 2, so they were left with the.
It's like, well, shit, we only got two more left.
Yeah, because back when Thor 2, back when Thor 2 came out, I'm just like, wait, these are the Reality Stone for. I mean, you can use that to drive a plot point, but you would think for Doctor Strange, the one who looks into weird realities, you might want to use the Reality Stone.
Yeah, that would have just been the natural way to go.
Well, shouldn't that be time? Because time is fluid.
Yeah,
oh god damn
guess.
it! I just poked a giant. I just fucking Superboy Prime the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Well, Nick, I think before we head out, what are your thoughts on this? Them using a Infinity Stone.
I think I don't know what other movies they could have put the stones in. I guess like probably not Black Panther, because that's more standalone, and then. Your only other option, I guess, is Thor Ragnarok. Maybe, but I guess this makes sense. I don't know.
Thor Ragnarok would have made more sense, I think, to have a Time Stone, but that's just me personally. Well, guys, I think we're running a little bit late on this episode, and we still have that viewer question episode coming just in a short while, guys. But thank you so much for sticking around this long and hearing us and our little shit show that we like to have every week.
Don't forget to drop comments in the comment section with the hashtag Marvelite.
Marvelite. And please, guys, like this video and subscribe if you guys want to keep up. We do all kinds of original content other than just these podcasts. I mean, we got Super Science. We do daily news videos too. We also do news flashes anytime that there's any little tidbits on the internet that drop. We are there to cover it. And we have to thank you guys so much for coming back every week. Marvelite has grown exponentially, and this channel has grown exponentially, and it's all thanks to you guys. We do have a Patreon, if you feel so inclined to go check that out. We'd really appreciate it, and help make this channel grow and become better, to keep you guys more and more entertained. But anyways, guys, this has been episode 51 of the Marvelite. I am your host, Luke, and signing out for Will and Nick. We'll catch you guys next week.